Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Duvall and I am the Assistant Branch Manager at Ascension Parish Library in Dutchtown. In this video, I hope to give you some helpful information and fun resources to use as you homeschool your child this year. I will be focusing on grades pre-K through 5th grade in this video, but we will have similar instructional videos for the middle school and high school grades on our YouTube channel as well. Now, these resources are not only helpful for homeschooling families. These resources can be helpful for any family who's wanting to understand how to enhance their child's learning experience or simply understand the different options available for their child as they learn. I will first show you how to use the Louisiana Believes website. Here we'll be able to look at the state standards, the Common Core standards for your child's grade and their subjects. This could be helpful if you're needing to create a framework for your homeschooling curriculum. It can also be helpful if you are wanting to stick to the general guidelines that the state public schools would have. After we go through that website, we'll look at the resources on Ascension Parish's library website that are available to you through the use of your library card. These resources can all be found at www.myapl.org. I really hope you find some fun ideas as you look at these resources. In order to access the standards and grade level expectations, we go to louisianabelieves.com, Teaching and Learning. Louisiana Student Standards, Academic Standards Library. You'll see the academic standards and grade level expectations here, but I want to show you another way as well. Browse by category, Planning Resources. Here you'll see that we do have the early childhood planning for lower than kindergarten, but we'll go to the ELA for now. Here is the Louisiana Student Standards again. When you open the standards, they are K through 12 for ELA, but we can pick which grade we want to go to. Here is 3rd grade. You'll see it starts with standards for reading, standards for literature, and it's broken into main components: the key ideas and details, craft structure, integration of knowledge and ideas, and range of reading and level of text complexity. And these 10 are the standards for ELA for literature. You'll go further down and you'll see a similar situation for informational text and the foundational skills. This is something that you'll see in the early elementary for phonics and for reading. And you can go further into the writing standards and the speaking and language standards. But these standards can be your goals for your student as you teach them. Let's go back to the instructional strategies. Now, some of these instructional strategies are appropriate for different grade levels. I do want to show you the Mentor Sentences instructional strategy, which can be used to help increase your child's understanding of sentence structure, sentence meaning, help them with their language and creating sentences themselves. This right here shows you how to implement the strategy, extra resources, and if you go over to ELA Grade 3 Language Tasks, Mentor Sentences, you'll get more information and documents on how to use specific books to teach this. Here you have the instructional strategy for Julian Stories Julian Tells, which is a book, and it goes into the actual activity here. So this is just an example of how you can access the information and how you can use the information, the standards, and the resources and instructional guides to improve or to enhance or to guide your teaching of your child. For this instructional video, I will be showing you resources that can all easily be accessed through our homepage. When you go to www.myapl.org, we're going to look at TumbleBooks, specifically TumbleBookCloud Junior in this particular video, although you'll notice there is a TumbleBook library as well. And then we will also be looking down towards the bottom of our homepage at Bookflix, TrueFlix, and some of the Worldbook products. When you click on Worldbook, here are all of their products. So those will be the main places we'll be going in this video to access our resources. At most, what you would have to do at home is to type in your library card number to access these sites when you're not in the library. Let's get started. This is TumbleBookCloud Junior. I do want to give you a quick overview of the different resources and materials that are available to you through TumbleBookCloud Junior. You'll see you have ebooks, read-alongs, videos, audiobooks, graphic novels, and nonfiction. You also have a Common Core portal. If you go here, you'll see that they have hyperlinked the standards for 4th and 5th grade, and if they have any lesson plans, quizzes, or relevant books connected to that standard, they have them all put together in one spot. If you click on one of the books, I'll show you what it looks like to read online. You do have the read aloud option.
Chapter 1, Titanic Crazy. The phone rang. Emily raced to answer it. Hi, Em. It was her best friend, Matt. I finally finished. Come and see it.
I like the inflection and the emotion that's put into this read aloud. You do have some options for text and color, so if you have a student who struggles to read online, it's not the norm or you're not quite as comfortable with it, you can play around with the fonts to make it easier to read. You can also play around with the background and the text. So if you're worried about eye strain or if it's just kind of hard to focus, maybe something this simple will help. I think a lot of kids would love being able to change the pages colors. It would be a fun little extra perk to reading through TumbleBook. Let's close out of that. You'll notice that your menu bar is now on your left-hand side. So this is all the things that are offered. The videos are mostly short clips, like introductory videos that can be used in your lessons, both in the lesson plans here on this site and just in whatever lessons you have at home that you're wanting to follow. And we'll go back to home and I'll show you some of the graphic novels. You have the Watch Online feature as well. And there you go, you just scroll through it. And you'll notice it does still have the page numbers as well. This is a very quick intro to TumbleBookCloud Junior. This is Bookflix. It has its own intro, but I'd like to show you it my way as well.
Watch a video and have some fun.
Bookflix is set up to combine both a book and a little video into a thematic learning experience for your child. Let's look at ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
Let's pick Knuffle Bunny. So you have a choice to watch the story first or read the accompanying book. You'll notice there's a Spanish option as well.
It's a dog. He's nice.
Once you've finished watching this story, you can read the accompanying book. It does have a reading along option, and you'll notice it also has the option to read and listen in Spanish. You can zoom in, you can fit the entire screen.
Neighborhood numbers. Math is all around us. Let's walk home from school today.
And you'll notice you can change the speed at which the book is read. Once you've watched the story and read the book, you have some puzzlers.
Read the clue below. Click on the word it matches. Match all the words to uncover a picture.
This is really
A
good.
surface that slopes up or down.
This is really good for children and their vocabulary.
Read the clue below. Click on the word it matches. Match all the words to uncover a picture. Units of time. 1 minute equals 60 seconds.
This little activity is really good for children and their vocabulary. Then you get into story sequencing.
Look at these 3 pictures. What happened first? Drag that picture to the yellow box.
You pick which picture you want to drag to the box. Let's see if I'm right.
Read the clue below. Click on the word.
You can also move into exploring the web. This will give you other websites that Scholastic has found as an appropriate extra activity for your child. Just know that Scholastic does not control or is not responsible for these sites. But if you're looking for something that expands upon what the child really enjoyed, this is a great start. You can also meet the creators and go specifically to resources and tools on the site, or go straight to lesson plans. That can be very helpful if you're wanting to specifically plan out how you would use each of these learning resources to meet specific goals that you have in mind for your child. This will give you the layout of the fiction and nonfiction. How are they appropriate for the Lexile level? And learning objectives. Gives you anticipatory learning as well. Activities for afterwards. And if you have more than one student, how can you use these resources to teach them? Let's go back to the home page of Bookflix.
Click on a category.
And you'll see the same
Click on
icon.
the feature to begin.
And you go to resources and tools. Then you can pick based on the theme, category, the running time of the video, Lexile level for reading, and grade level. And you'll see what's appropriate for your needs. This is Bookflix. Now this is TrueFlix. TrueFlix is a Scholastic resource geared more towards children who are in grades 3 through 5. Let's first start at the resources and tools. So you can see how it would work if you want a lesson plan for the different subjects, the different topics, and if you want a corresponding quiz. Let's look at the lesson plan for Amelia Earhart. You'll see that this particular thing can take up to a couple of weeks if you include the project. The topic itself only needs an hour to be introduced, and then the classroom activity takes about 45 minutes. You also have another 45-minute wrap-up lesson included in the time. It gives you the materials, and you'll see it's fairly straightforward. The learning objectives. These are the objectives that you can tie into the Louisiana state standards that we discussed and that we looked at earlier. This gives you different ideas and different speaking points and extension activities. Now, the way it's set up is pretty nice. Let's look at the start for Amelia Earhart. You can also access this by going back to Home and to Biographies. And there she is. Now, this is very similar in its layout to Bookflix. First, you watch the video, then you read the book, you explore more, and then you have your projects and activities. You'll have a closed caption option with these videos.
Is it true that Amelia Earhart once took the First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt for an airplane ride?
You'll notice it's only a minute long. It's more of an introductory video versus with Bookflix having the entire story in the video. To read the book, it opens a new window. You can enlarge it as well. You can have it read to you, or read to your child. Scholastic books usually start with the true or false questions. Gets the child thinking ahead of time to see what may they know already. Our table of contents, and then the story. You can change the rate at which it's spoken as well.
A spirit of adventure. Young Amelia stopped and stared. The 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri was the most incredible place she had ever been. She soared up to the sky.
Let's close the book and go look at the activities. First, we'll look at Explore More. Here you'll see Scholastic Go articles that are on specific topics within the story or in related stories. You can print these articles as well. And then our project idea. The project is to create a life plan. Make a list of goals and actions that will make your life full and interesting. That's a fun plan there. The Activity Center will have a little quiz and a word matching game. This is similar to the younger Bookflix vocabulary activity. You have a small quiz, multiple choice, and then you have the word match. You have a small quiz that's multiple choice, and then you have the word matching. This is similar to the earlier vocabulary building activity in Bookflix. You also have the Explore the Web page with the extra links to different sites that a Scholastic may think your child would like to continue to look at for future and further research. Go back to Home. There's so many wonderful fun things to look at through TrueFlix. I will introduce you to 4 Worldbook products here. I will only be scratching the surface of all the different aspects of these resources. They're really fun and they have a lot of different tools and a lot of different things to offer you. We will look at World Book Early Learning, World Book Kids, and then we'll come down to Science Power and Social Studies Power. You'll notice that some of these World Books, it's almost like a progression, and it is. You have Early Learning, Kids, Student, and Advanced. World Book has something for your child no matter their age. There's a lot of things here on Early Learning, but my favorite part of Early Learning is the activities.
Activities.
You have our coloring sheets. A real fun thing with the coloring sheets is you can color them here on the website. You can add stamps, which is always fun. Children love stamps. And then you can actually download and print out your child's creation. So it's a fun way to mesh the usual coloring sheet, put it on the refrigerator, but it's different because you have the chance to have your child do it on the computer with the color feature there. You also have, just scroll back up,
Print and do.
Print and do sheets.
Connect
a
the
lot
dots.
of numbers.
Flying
There's some
airplane.
spatial awareness too with the mazes. A lot of connect the dots with the numbers, which is really, really great. You pick one.
Connect the dots.
And you download it. And you are good to go. If you don't have a printer, we do have printing services here at the library. 10 cents for black and white, 25 cents for color sheets.
Paint by number.
And then you have paint by number.
Paint by
That's
number.
really good too.
Rainbow
Getting those children
after
used
the
to
rain.
colors and to numbers and connecting the dots, you know, figuratively, with figuring out which ones should they be painting which color. This is just a really, really short, simple intro into something
Paint by
that
number.
World Book Early
Bashful
Learning
butterfly.
offers for you and your children. Worldbook Kids is a really fun resource. It's easy to use, it's easy for children to navigate, and it does have a lot of really fun and useful things for educators. If you go down to Educator Tools, I want to first show you the lesson plans that Worldbook Kids offers. The lesson plans are arranged thematically. So you have Crack the Code, Craft Room, Design, Food lesson plans. If you click on one, you'll see in the left-hand corner what you need to complete the lesson. And then you have your objectives, procedures, and the assessments as well, and any relevant hyperlinks to articles. All one stop. Then you have the web quests. Web quests are a fun way to give your child independence as they learn. You give them the web quest, it shows them where to go, and they learn. We'll go down and show the Abraham Lincoln web quest. You can easily print this out. It gives the instructions on the student regarding where the student needs to go. I will show you what it looks like because it shows to search for Abraham Lincoln. We're going to go right back over here, right back over here. You'll notice the background changes every time. It's really fun. If you click on his article, you have the article. It has a read aloud feature. You have pictures and videos. If you go up to the little camera, it brings you straight to the extra media as well. This is all you need to finish this web quest. You answer the questions, you watch the video, answer those questions. You have a really fun word search, and what every teacher wants to see, you have the answers. Really fun, easy way to use Worldbook Kids in your classroom, whether that's at home or at school. Just to give you a quick look about the website itself, the activities are really, really fun. A lot of different options. You'll notice there's a for grown-ups key here as well. It goes back into those lesson plans. Let's go to the craft room. So many different things that you could be doing with your student. You'll notice all the different resources, all the different materials you'll need, and then you have your step-by-step guide. Just a real quick look at the activities there. I also want to show you Compare Places. This is wonderful to use in conjunction with TrueFlix, Scholastic site that has the different states. You can do the different lessons on states. You can click right here, pick some states. There we go. And then you hit Compare Now. And then this gets you into the general factual information and demographic information for the different states. It's a great tie if you want to use this with the TrueFlix state lessons. And that is a very quick, look at that, it's the snake. That is a very quick intro to Worldbook Kids. Worldbook Science Power is a Worldbook product that does require you to create an account to fully utilize the site. To be honest though, even without creating the site account, you can still use a lot here. I'm logged in this one. For Worldbook Social Studies Power, I won't be logged in, so you can see a little bit of a difference there. Let's look at our topics here. This is a really easy way to browse. You can also look for science lab stuff. If you just need a graphic organizer for your science lesson right now, this may be a good place to start. You can also search according to grade for the most appropriate stuff for your child. It'll bring up different standards and hyperlink any useful or pertinent lessons. If we go into a lesson or a topic, let's pick a lesson. When we open Structure and Movement, you're going to see a couple different things. You already have how the lesson would be laid out. You have a pre-assessment and a post-assessment. You have access to these when you're logged in. You can print those out and you can give them to your child. You can also assign them to your child's online account because you can create an account for your child as well. You have your lesson review, your vocabulary quiz, interactive quiz. You have an experiment that goes with the lesson as well. If we start at vocabulary, this is where the lesson would start. So this is the vocabulary that you would have on the vocabulary quiz. You do have a read aloud function as well.
Introduction. We're used to thinking of Earth as solid rock and dirt.
And it goes through the lesson for you. For each section, once it's read to your child or once your child reads it, they can click on Main Idea Check, and it makes sure they get the gist of this page. It gives them the true and false, and then you click on it and it just lets the child check, were they on the right page with understanding this lesson so far. We go back, brings you back to the lesson in general. Let's look at the experiment real quick. It is nice that it tells you what you need, and you'll notice it's nothing really major. And it's going through simulating the Earth's layers by using an egg. Very fun, very simple. This is a real quick look at Worldbook Science Power. Worldbook Social Studies Power is similar to Science Power in that you do need to create an account to fully utilize every aspect of the site. However, I will just show you a simple introduction to what the site offers here. If we go to People and Cultures, you'll notice a lot of different lessons broken down into different categories. And let's look at what a lesson entails. You have your pre-assessment and post-assessment, which are accessible once you create your account. You also have every other aspect of the lesson. You can start here with your vocabulary. It'll load. You have your vocabulary words.
Introduction.
And then you keep on going
Every
through the
culture
extra
has
parts
traditions.
of the lesson.
A tradition is something
You'll
handed
notice at the
down
bottom
through the years.
of
What
each
is
section, you
a
have a main
holiday?
idea check.
A holiday is a time when people put aside their ordinary cares. Governments often set aside certain dates as holidays. People may stay home from work. They may go to a party.
You'll notice we have lesson reviews, vocabulary quizzes, and interactive quizzes. If you click on the vocabulary quiz, it's a drag and drop feature. Let's do part of it real quick. See if I get them right. There. Submit. Yay! And you can click next and continue on. Then you have your interactive quiz. This one's really fun here. You have to separate the different holidays and traditions into seasonal celebrations, religious celebrations, and life event celebrations and rituals. It'll tell you if you get them right. If you were to get them wrong, it's fairly simple. It bounces back and lets you try again. Note as well that there's an extension activity. And you'll notice where it's an inquiry project, it's a research project there as well. When you've created your account, you can print, email, and save each action, each aspect, like this one. So this is a really quick view of social studies power. We'll go back to the home screen and do see that you can look for specific curriculum standards and search that way. And it will have specific connections if you have a very specific goal that you have for this coming week or a specific goal that you want to get to. If it has any connections, it will be hyperlinked. And you'll get direct access to the lessons that go with that standard. And this is a quick look of Worldbook Social Studies Power. If you desire further help in creating your homeschooling experience, you might want to go to Universal Class. Universal Class is accessible by going to our home page and clicking on the Research Databases icon. You will need to type in your library card number, and Universal Class is towards the bottom. You can sign in for a new user with your library card number. I'm going to sign into my existing account. Universal Class has some variety to it, and it gives you some freedom in deciding how interactive you want to be. This is my home page. It has my courses. Before I show you anything about the courses, though, I want to bring up the privacy differences on this site. You can interact with other people in your class. That's very important to note if you have students ever on this site. So you may want to change your profile visibility and your ability to be contacted before you do anything else. So course catalog, we have over 500 online courses, but I want to show you the homeschooling courses. Many of these courses are going to give you two options. You can actually receive continuing education unit credits for these courses. You can get a certificate, you can be graded, you can have assessments. There's a lot of things you can do with it to really make it professional for you. You know, do you know what you were reading and what you're learning? And then there's another option where you don't have to necessarily do all of the assessments, all of the grades. You can just get the content of the lessons of the unit, you know, of the area of study. Let's hit ABCs of English Grammar. You'll notice there are 15 lessons, 34 exams and assignments, and it would usually take about 15 hours to finish this course. Here's a course description. And there's related courses, so if you really like it, there's some other similar ones. It says self-paced online course. Let's join. And you have your two options. You can join for the certificate. You can take as much time as you need with each lesson. You will still have assignments to submit, and you will receive grades. Or you can join the video-only course, and in this course, in this instance, you will have instant access to all the videos that go into the ABCs of English Grammar course. Universal class may be a really helpful tool for you as you debate how you need to improve the homeschooling experience in your home. If you ever have any questions about any of the resources you've seen in this video or in one of our other videos, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our reference staff are more than happy to help you utilize and find things very similar to our resources, particularly if you're needing any accompanying books or any other resources that go with the online resources that you've seen here. Please reach out to us by phone, email, or through comments here on our YouTube channel. We hope that you have a wonderful school year.